My heart's in the highlands, my heart is not here. My heart's in the highlands, a-chasing the deer, a-chasing the wild deer and following the roe. My heart's in the highlands wherever I go. Farewell to the mountains high covered with snow, farewell to the straths and green valleys below, farewell to the forests and wild hanging woods, farewell to the torrents and loud pouring floods. My heart's in the highlands, my heart is not here. My heart's in the highlands, a-chasing the deer, a-chasing the wild deer and following the roe. My heart's in the highlands, wherever I go.
Yeah!
Yeah!
One of Robbie Burns' most famous poems.
Oh,
I think we're going to hear from Joe.
Okay.
First,
I have a small one called
Please go.
The Wren's Nest by Robbie Burns. And it's the robin to the wren's nest can keep an in. Not Scottish. Wander be in, thou never got leave to lie within. And I within, sang lang I had on lang on what?
Look at me, I'm not
To row ye in. That's it.
Yeah!
the professor.
Excellent.
So I'm glad you're right. Okay,
Looking for this poem, I found that Bobby Burns, I guess you knew him personally.
Of course. I won't tell you the full story.
No, I've read about his reputation. But obviously he was very prolific, and he seemed to be a tweeter before tweeting became popular. He said things and wrote poems at the drop of a hat. Somebody would say, probably after a few drinks, Robbie, say something, and he'd say something, and somebody would write it down, and it became a Robert Burns poem. I have one here that is sort of like, I think it's very contemporary. It's sort of make love, not war.
Right.
It's called I Murder Hate. I murder hate by field or flood, though glory's name may screen us. In wars at home, I'll spend my blood, life-giving wars of Venus. The deities that I adore are social peace and plenty. I'm better pleased to make one more than be the death of 20.
Nice. Good here.
Oh, here.
Okay, I have two, but these are from, I was trying to find something that, appropriate. They're from the Church of Scotland.
Go ahead.
That's really, there once was a fellow McSweeney. Who spilled some gin on his weenie. Just to be couth, he added vermouth. Then slipped his girlfriend a martini. I'll read one more because I have a bunch of them.
She's laughing, my witch is laughing. I can't believe
A he-melon suffering a droop spotted a she-melon round as a hoop. And he beamed as he said, "Come away, let's be wed." But she sighed and she said, "Cantaloupe." I'll give you one more, but this is a little, all right, just got one bad word. Is that all right? Because you said it was okay.
we can handle it. Put it on me. Come on.
There once was a woman named Jill who swallowed an exploding pill. They found her vagina in North Carolina and her tits in a tree in Brazil.
Yeah.
Actually, Peter, I know it's called. It's the same thing. There once was a woman named Jill who tried dynamite just for a thrill. They found her vagina in North Carolina and bits of her tits and bits of her.
I actually was going to read, I was actually going to read, but I'm not going to do it. Poems of a religious nature. So I'm going to tell you a story my father told very well, and I don't know whether I'll be able to do it. Sandy comes home to his mother, and he says, "Mother, I'm in quite a quandary." He says, "I have to buy some material for under my kilt, but it is Maggie's birthday, so I need something." "Oh," she says, "not to bother." She says, "I have a piece of material here, and I'll make a blouse for Maggie, and there's enough for something under your kilt." Oh, off he goes, and he goes to Maggie. "If I kill this, I'll kill myself." "Maggie," he says, "I have something for your birthday." And she said, "Aye, Sandy." He says, "Well," he says, "take a look." And he twirls his kilt. He says, "No, did you see anything?" She said, "No, Sandy, I didn't." "Watch closely, Maggie." And he gives another twirl. He says, "No, did you see anything?" "No, Sandy, I didn't." "Oh, my to God, Maggie." He says, "Now watch this." And he twirls his quilt. And he says, "No, did you see anything?" "Oh, I did, Sandy." "Well, you're getting 1.5 yards of that for your birthday."
I think we're having a yard
Okay.
Doesn't have any relatives left.
It's a long way away, don't worry about it.
Yeah,
She who must be okay.
All right, we have, Tori has a poem.
Yes.
And I have a joke. So, Tori?
Okay, poem first. My mother, who is half Scotch, wrote a lot of poetry, and she actually won awards for them, as you can see.
Awesome. Nice.
She passed away about 7 years ago, and this is one of her winter poems, A Winter Scene by Dolores Winger. The flakes of snow floated slowly to the ground below. The speed picked up, and soon the earth was covered in white. Pristine and pure, a winter scene, an awesome sight.
Oh, very nice. You have another one, right?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Try and stop her.
I just happen to have 14 poems.
A walk to the seashore. Will you come for a walk with me today? We'll go to the seashore not far away. We'll watch the birds as they circle around, looking for food we scattered on the ground. They'll call their friends, and in no time at all, many gulls will come to answer their call. Side by side they'll stand and eat till they're through, then up they will soar to the sky so blue.
Yeah.
She was very proud of her Scotch heritage, as well as her dad's side, who was Portuguese,
Oh, nice.
who died when she was only 10 years old. So they were really raised by their mom, the three kids. And as I said, the mom was from Scotland.
Oh, nice. Very
And also
nice.
lived in Jamaica, but they were from Scotland.
That's so nice. That's so nice.
Where are the awards?
Yes.
Where are the awards from?
The
Like, is it-
awards are from the Federation of Women's Clubs from all of Nassau and Suffolk County, and she won first place with these two. And she wrote for her grandson David, who's my nephew, and her cat that she loved. She loved writing poetry. That was one of her her outlets.
Yeah.
She was very,
That is.
very creative.
Very nice.
Very good. We really miss her.
Yeah.
It's been hard without her.
Yes.
But at least, I have that.
Do you have more of her poems somewhere?
I have all of them at home in a book that I. Yes. Thank you.
Thanks for sharing.
Very nice.
I love the seashore. I can envision that like down in Florida. We went to the beach all the time. Just the other day, that whole day, somebody was there, and all of a sudden, they came out of their car, it was desolate, and then the next thing you know, they must have fed it, and then there was this big, wow, of seagull. It was magnificent. So it was exactly that.
Everybody have to share.
They drove hard, and then when they were through, they went to the
We're going to sing a song that nobody knows, doesn't know. We're just gonna amuse within.
Can I have one of those?
How are we gonna sing it?
We're just
It's only
gonna.
4 lines.
You got it?
The second thing is the chorus, so after each thing, after the second word is then.
And how are we gonna
Well, we have some choir members here, so it will be no problem. I have no idea whether. So you don't want to wait till the piper? Except we don't have any of the words.
I don't know where the piper is.
It's late. I don't know where it is. We're trying to figure out where the piper is.
The Piper's drinking in the bar. J.D. Gates.
Can you all get together? See everybody.
Are we just gonna recite it, or
We should do this.
Well,
who knows the twinkle twinkle little star? I mean,
Yeah.
Wearing briefs.
who knows that?
yeah, everybody knows
Okay,
that.
wait, let me see it to work. Can I see it? Hold on a second.
Okay, Joe, you lead us.
There we go.
I'm not the chorus singer.
Again rejoicing nature sees her robe assume its vernal hues, her leafy locks wave in the breeze, all freshly steeped in morning dews. And on I still on any jolt and bear the scorn that's in the air. For it's that black and it's like a hawk, and it winna let a body be.
I wonder what they're talking about.
Then we have to go back to the chorus now. Oh, my, still
and bear the scorn that's in her eye, for it's jet black and like a hawk, and it winna let a body.
This is terrible.
You're quite great. Okay, here we go.
Okay, let's everyone go in the living room. We're gonna sing Lotto.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
All right.
Come here.
Can I sit here? Is it on? Hey, go ahead, sit there.
Sit in the middle.
You are expected to sing.
We're expecting
Okay.
Do you know the words to Lachalaman?
No, I'll put you on. I don't know it, so you're going to have to do it. I don't know it.
Well, I don't know how to say them.
I'm going to video this.
Oh, you are? Okay, then you get over here closer to your wife.
I know that you.
Background, in case you're interested, or you can read right down here.
The score.
You thought it was a love thing, but it's not.
But me and my true love will never meet again on the burning heights of Loch Lomond. In yon shady glen on the steep fence and Lomond, when purple through the higher hills we view, and the moon coming out in the gloaming, the weavers sing, now take the low road, now take the morning, for me and the true love will never meet again on the heights of Loch Lomond. Wildflowers spring, in shine the moon, the sleeping, the broken heart sing again, though cease the bleeding. I'll take the low road, take on the morning of Loch Lomond. Yay! Woo!
Tell the story, Valerie.
All right, well, it's
Yeah, but we can't read it. Can't read it.
Two of Bonnie Prince Charles' men were captured and left behind in Carlisle after the failed rising of 1745. One young soldier was to be executed, the other released. The spirit of the dead soldier, traveling by the low road, would reach Scotland before his comrade, who would be struggling along the actual road over high, rugged country. So, even though it sounds like it's a love song,
Yeah.
kind of rather a sad.
Well, it's a love song to Scotland.
See, we
Yeah.
might have been
Right.
able to get that song that
I have a story that if anybody's ever been to Scotland.
Oh, I did it.
Somehow I thought so. But Valerie and I were in Scotland one time and we were driving and we, surprise, got lost.
Oh, how could you do that?
So I pulled into a store. And I went in-
After going back and forth
Yeah,
10
50
times in the
times.
same row, he said, why don't you go to the gas station and ask for directions?
That's a man thing.
Actually, I'm over that. But at that time, I wasn't. So I go into the store and I ask the guy for directions to, I've even forgotten the specifics. And he gives me the directions and I say, can you say that again? He gives me the directions again. I go out to the car and Valerie said, so where are we? I said, I have no idea.
But you didn't say exactly like that.
Depending on where you were,
The word he said.
it would be incomprehensible.
Yeah, it was, absolutely it was.
Yeah.
Interesting little piece of trivia.
Yeah.
My grandmother, and I don't know that she had any scotch in her at all. Well, other than
I was drinking bourbon.
she and her husband bought a camp in the Adirondacks, and they named it Bonnie Bray.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
That was,
So,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. That was the name of my stepmother's house, summer place, Bonnie Bray.
And what does Bray mean?
Bray. Bray. It's
Bray.
Bonnie
Bray.
Hills.
No, I see some pipes coming in.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think we just say
That's true, I know something you
And Lance,
have to tell
you have the job of bearing the haggis.
We're gonna start in there and then march in here.
But you have to do something with the haggis.
Sorry. So we have to.
Don't even like have the haggis on a platter.
It is what I thought it was.
Play tomorrow night in the city. Moi.
Tomorrow night, you'll be okay.
Tomorrow night, by Tuesday morning.
No.
Tuesday morning.
Assuming you can get into the city.
They won't get out of the city. Talking about it is
What's going to happen, he's going to be piping the haggis, and we will be following Lance, who will have the haggis, and we will follow them into the kitchen where I will read the address to the haggis.
All right.
Okay.
Awesome. Hello, haggis.
Oh, a haggis, okay. All right, it's very much like a sausage. It was made of the sheep's entrails and then stuffed into the stomach of the sheep. And then steamed. And I've had it.
As the vegetarians look on in horror.
Some of the things that are in a traditional, or were traditional, couldn't come to the States because they're illegal, like hearts and lungs and stuff like that. And I don't, and so the haggis we have is legal. It doesn't have those things, and it tastes like sausage.
Okay.
Robert Lynch, here he is. Presenting Robert Lynch.
Yeah! Woo! Yeah, I love this song.
Like the wedding festivities. Put it in the dining area.
She's taking the shortcut.
Okay, let's, Evelyn?
All right.
You address the
Address to
haggis.
the Haggis by Robert Burns. Now, I've kind of cut it a little bit, but the first stanza is praise. Fair far your honest sonsy face, great chieftain o' the puddin' race. Aboon them and talk your place, with fish or tripe and tharum, weel are ye worthy of a grace as langs my arm. Then there's a couple of stanzas of the kill, which I pass over.
That's Jewish.
Then addressed to the French, the Italians, is there that hour his French ragout, or only that what straw a sow, or fricassee what make her spew with perfect honor, looks down with sneering scornful view, and such a dinner. Their food doesn't fill them. Poor devil. See him hour his trash as feckless as a withered rash, his spindly shank a good whiplash, his nerves a knit through bloody flood, or field to dash, oh how unfit, however, the Scots. But mark the rustic haggis fed, the trembling earth resounds his tread. Clapping his wally knee a blade, he'll make it whistle, and legs and arms and heads will sned like taps of thistle. And to the haggis, ye powers who make mankind your care, and dish them out their billow fare, Old Scotland wants nae skinking ware that drops in luggies, but if ye wish her grateful prayer, gie her a haggis.
Yeah!
Yes, absolutely. Another one. Can you play another, please? And let me, I'll serve the haggis while you play.
We're serving the haggis.
Hi, I'm gonna make.
But nobody else did. So there was just our family. So,
Forget it. Look at this. Look.
It's great. She'll love it. I think we were waiting on the tables or something like that. But wherever Sue is, I brought 2 kilts, and I was going to wear one. And so I was like, oh no. Lan said, your dad must have been in the store. I said, no, he wasn't. He was on Gil. I said, I don't know where this kilt came from. But he was in the black watch. So I wanted to wear it. That's so weird. Look at her. She's actually
excuse me. What key is the?
Oh, I don't even know.
Okay.
My mind is a blank. Because we don't, pipers, like, we can't change the key, you know? It's not like another instrument, or you don't see pipes like in different keys. They do vary. But honestly, we're ignorant, you know, when people ask that question.
Okay.
You can look it up and remember, oh, yeah, it's a B flat or something. I don't,
Right.
you know?
No, I meant your instrument, the pipes.
Well, it's the melody is played on the chanter. So you think of the chanter as like what key the chanter is, you know, and even the notes. It's different. The tonal distances between the notes are different than other scales.
Okay.
They're not even.
Right.
Sometimes they're narrow, sometimes they're
Microtonal and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's hard to do with other instruments.
That's why they're usually played solo or with drums.
Yeah.
With a drum.
Well, you know, one instrument that goes well with is the organ, pipe organ.
Okay.
Which is really glorified bagpipe.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. That's interesting.
I don't know much of it, but I've heard that.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Are you from this area?
Yeah, I live in Glen Cove.
Oh, me too.
Yeah,
Okay.
about 5 minutes away.
Oh, wonderful. Are you Scottish?
Irish.
Irish. All right. Good enough.
Yes.
Yeah, close enough.
Yes.
Right. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
You did a beautiful job today. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It was fun.
You enjoyed it.
Thank you. Some of the Irish pipes are melodic. That's exactly. Those are the Iliad pipes. I play them too. And they're billows from the blow into them.
I wrote all this out. Let me get it all. Has everybody got something in their glass? Hello?
Toast time.
Toast time. Everybody have something in their glass, I hope. Little sarsaparilla in your glass. Okay. To the Queen, Queen Elizabeth II, long may she wave.
Cheers. Yeah.
Unless she drinks. Yeah, right. Exactly. All right. Now, we do have something. We need a volunteer who likes to read. We have here a little more information about Robbie Burns, and it's called The Immortal Memory, and I want someone else to read it. So
I wouldn't mind reading it. I'll read it, sure.
Fine.
There you go.
And here it is.
The Immortal. Now, where does it start?
It starts right here.
Okay. Let me see.
January 25th is Burns Night, the birthday of Scotland's most famous poet, Robert Burns. He is more than our national poet. He has become a symbol of Scottish national identity, whose work is still read, recited, and sung in schoolrooms, Burns suppers, and concerts all around the world. Burns was born in 1759, the eldest son of an Alloway farmer, in a two-roomed thatched cottage in the village of Alloway, about 2 miles from the town of Ayr, thank you. The cottage was built by his father, William Burns, also spelled as B-U-R-N-E-S, Burns, and it survives to this day. Farming life was very hard, and the children worked as hard as the adults. Some believe this hard work in all weathers contributed to Robert's ill health in later life. His family led a very frugal, physically demanding existence, and the young Burns wrote poetry as an escape from these circumstances. Robert was taught at home by a hired teacher and by his father. But his inspiration to be a poet is more likely to have come from his mother, Agnes Brown, surely some relation to us Bruns. Although she could not read, Agnes knew many traditional poems and tales. She also loved singing, and their home would ring to the sound of traditional songs and tunes. Another important influence in his early years was Betty Davidson, a relative of Agnes's. Her tales of ghosts, fairies, and witches were to influence Robert Burns' greatest long poem, Tam O'Shanter. Of course, other important influences in his writing included the women in his life, of which there were many, including his formidable wife, Jean Armour, who became the inspiration for so many of his poems. By his mid-20s, he had become an accomplished writer of verse, publishing his first work, Poems Chiefly in the Scottish Dialect, in 1786. His works show an acute insight into human behavior, often reflecting his own fiery political views and demonstrating a great talent for caricature and satire. It also shows irony and wit, unashamed romanticism and sentiment.
Getting into it.
Unbecoming him. Body humor, a seemingly indiscriminate admiration for the fair sex, and a capacity for compassion and feeling for his fellow man. Burns died on July 21st, 1796, of rheumatic fever. But he had led a full life in his 37 years.
Oh, wow.
A celebrity and a prolific poet, he left behind a body of work that is undiminished in importance. Please be upstanding and drink a toast to the immortal memory of Scotland's bard, Robert Burns. Thank you. Cheers.
Sue, do you want to do the women's? To the lassies?
There we go.
It's not to the lassies. I think Lance is doing that.
No, it's right.
No, that's another toast.
It's another toast.
Can't be too many.
Okay, this is Robbie Burns, The Rights of Women.
All right.
You're gonna, no, don't say that when you hear them. So, we've come a long way, baby. You're gonna see this.
Thank you.
While Europe's eye is fixed on mighty things, the fate of empires and the fall of kings, while quacks of state must each produce his plan, and even children lisp the rights of man, amid this mighty fuss, just let me mention the rights of women merit some attention. First, in the sexes' intermixed connection, one sacred right of women is protection. The tender flower that lifts its head elate, helpless must fall before the blasts of fate. Sunk on the earth, defaced its lovely form, unless your shelter ward the impending storm. Our second right, but needless here is caution, to keep that right and violates the fashion. Each man of sense has it so full before him, he'd die before he'd wrong it. 'Tis decorum. Here was indeed, in far less polished days, a time when rough, rude man had naughty ways, would swagger, swear, get drunk, kick up a riot, nay, even thus invade a lady's quiet. Now thank our stars, those Gothic times are fled. Now well-bred men, and you are all well-bred, most justly think, and we are much the gainers, such conduct neither spirit, wit, nor manners. For right the third, our last, our best, our dearest, that right to fluttering female hearts the nearest, while even the rights of kings in low prostration most humbly own 'tis dear, dear admiration. That's all right. In that blessed sphere alone we live and move. There tastes that life of life, immortal love. Smiles, glances, sighs, tears, fits, flirtatious airs, gain such an host what flinty savage dares, when awful beauty joins with all her charms, who is so rash as rise in rebel arms? But truce with kings and truth with constitutions, with bloody armaments and revolutions, let majesty your first attention summon. Ah, Kirara, the majesty of women.
Yay!
Yeah!
Admire us! Admire us! Well read.
over the ocean.
Oh, bring
Back my Bonnie to me. Bring back my Bonnie to me. Bring back, oh bring back my Bonnie to me. Woo!
Is that Scottish? It has the word.
Well, yeah, that's very popular. Wedding.
You play it.
You play rock, don't you?
I do, but I'm filming. I'm gonna. I'm in filmmaker mode today. How sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. Now I see.
Sorry, my snowman was plucking. Are we doing a second verse? I want to do a second verse.
'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieve. How precious did that grace appear the hour I first believed. Although many dangers, toils, and snares I have already come, 'tis grace hath brought me safe thus far, and grace will lead me home. How sweet the name of Jesus sound in believer's ear. It soothes his sorrows, heals his wounds, and drives his fears. Must Jesus bear the cross alone, and all the world go free? No, there's a cross for everyone, and there's a cross for me. Yeah.
Lovely.
Very nice. You're a grand old flag, you're a high-flying flag, and a forever in peace. You're the land I love, the home of the free and the brave. Every piece, and it's just done in blue, where there's never a brag. All acquaintance be forgot, your eye on the grand old flag. Yeah.
Where is that little? There it is.
You want us just to come in?
I don't even know. Oh yeah, I don't know this.
Oh no, don't take it from there. Take it from.
No.
Oh, when the saints.
What's the title?
Oh, when the saints go marching in.
Very quick.
Oh, and the saints go marching in. Oh, I want to be in that number when the saints go marching in. Yeah.
Yeah, let's
My Lord, Kumbaya, Kumbaya, my Lord, Kumbaya, Kumbaya, my Lord, Kumbaya, oh Lord, Kumbaya.
That's enough of kumbaya. Wait, you're like.
How do you see that? Are you clairvoyant or something? How are you seeing that? He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world
his hands he's got the whole world. In his hands he's got the whole world. In his hands he's got the whole world. In his hands he's got the tiny little baby. In his hands he's got the tiny little baby. In his hands he's got the tiny little baby. In his hands. Around the town, is hanging a rosy London bridge is falling down. Boys and girls together, me and Mammy Roy. They lie fantastic on the sidewalks of New York. What the heck do we care? Hail, hail, the gang's all here. What the heck do we care?
Okay, we'll do 3 more little rhymes.
3 more little rhymes of very sedate stanzas. On a religious theme.
A religious theme.
Right.
Are you ready? Yes. And this one is dedicated to the dinner tonight.
Yes. Yes.
'Twas a crazy old man called O'Keefe, who caused local farmers much grief. To their cows he would run, cut their legs off for fun, and say, "Look, I've invented ground beef."
One more like that, you get the hook.
To his friend, Ned said rather blue, "My wife, Edith, just told me we're through. And she says I'm too fat," and his friends told him that. "You can't have your cake and eat it, too." We'll do the last one. Now you have to listen to this one. This is like really. There once was a young lady named Bright, whose speed was much faster than light. She set out one day in a relative way and returned on the previous night.
If you don't mind, I'm going to make the last toast. If you've got coffee in your hand, or whatever you've got in your hand, you can. Okay, this is the last toast. All right, here's the toast to absent friends. Here's the toast to those who cannot be here. To all our pals no longer with us. God bless you. We miss you.
Amen. Amen. Yeah.
Well, I think we should toast to our hosts.
Yeah. Hip hip hooray! Hooray! Hooray!
So nobody had any pride for you.
Okay. I didn't know the words back in the day. I don't want to mess with it. All right, here they are.
You should tape yourself so you're going to.
Alright, we're going to do.
There were probably 3.
Tom. Would you like the short version?
I'll take one.
Here, take a short version.
Thank you. Nice.
We will sing two verses twice. Okay? We're going to sing the two verses twice. We got a whole bunch more.
This is the long verse.
If you have that, you have to sing it.
All right.
Should all acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should all acquaintance be forgot and never lang syne? For old lang syne, for old lang syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for old lang syne.
Once more.
All acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind. Should all acquaintance be forgot and never lang syne. Oh, lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for old lang syne. Yay! What?
I said, do you like the artist's easel?
Yeah. Wow, look at that over there. That's nice.
I like that too.
The Luck of the Irish. Oh wait, this is Scotland.
This is Scotland.
Just like did you is
Scotland Yard.
Yeah, who is that?
Sean Connery Sean Connery Scotland or is he Australian? I think it's just you ever see that? Just like a walk takes a knife to a gun battle.
I know